Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're taking you on a captivating journey to Trondheim, Norway's hidden gem. Join us as we explore the top 10 things to do in this vibrant city, where rich history meets stunning natural beauty. So buckle up and get ready to embark on an unforgettable adventure in Trondheim. Number 10. Torvet Town Square. Still a place for commerce and public events, Trondheim's main square has been at its current site since the new city layout was drawn up by Johan Casper de Sisignan in 1681. Immediately your gaze will land on the column in the center, which has a statue of Olav Tryggvason, the first king of Norway, who founded Trondheim in the 10th century. This monument is from 1921, and if you step back you'll see that the column is part of an enormous sundial laid with cobblestones. The southern end is packed with market stalls, selling Trondheim souvenirs, flowers and jewelry on the southwest corner, and groceries and specialty foods on the southeast side. Number 9. Old Town Bridge. As vantage points go, you can't do much better than the pedestrian and cycle bridge crossing the Nidaros River at Backland. There has been a crossing at this place since 1681 when the Christenson Fort was being raised. It was replaced in 1861 with the current emblematic structure, all the prettier for the Lycans Portal, a wooden gate on the west side. On the bridge you can see the cathedral spire and the rows of painted wooden warehouses on the riverfront. Number 8. Christenson Fortress. On a hill above the right bank of the Nidelven River, Christenson Fortress was the main component of Trondheim's new layout after the Great City Fire of April 1681. The fortress also helped plug a vulnerable spot in the east of Trondheim. This was only put to the test once, in 1718 during the Great Northern War, when it fended off an attack by Swedish forces led by the General Carl Gustaf Armfelt. In the 20th century the fortress saw a different kind of bloodshed when Norwegian patriots were executed here by the Germans, followed after the war by Nazi collaborators during the legal purge in Norway. Number 7. Rockheim. A modern landmark for Trondheim, Rockheim is a museum for pop and rock music in an eye-catching venue. A repurposed granary from 1918 has had an LED-clad cube fixed to its roof, with changing patterns and colors on its walls. Full of touchscreens and multimedia, the permanent exhibition is a timeline of Norwegian popular music from the 50s to right now, and each room deals with a new decade. All the way through you're encouraged to get involved, testing your finger work on an electric guitar, helped by a projection of the fabled Norwegian axeman Ronny Latekra. Number 6. Archbishops Palace Museum. Just south of the cathedral is the striking Episcopal Palace, around a big courtyard and with a tough Gothic gatehouse that has ogival portals. The Archbishops Palace Museum is partly in a construction and grants a look inside the 1,000-year history of the cathedral and its diocese. There are exciting architectural fragments like window tracery, as well as liturgical sculpture and the solemn soapstone interiors of the palace itself. In the Middle Ages the bishops minted their own coins, and you can see the mint just as it was discovered in an archaeological dig. Number 5. Trondalag Folk Museum. 80 historic buildings from across Trondalag have been moved to this outdoor museum. The Trondalag Folk Museum is one of the biggest attractions of its kind in Norway and is all the more atmospheric for the ruins of Sverresborg Castle dominating the site. Dating to Norway's 12th century Civil War era, the castle was the stronghold for Sverre of Norway, who fought against Magnus V of Norway for the right to the throne. Dating from around the same time as the ruins is the majestic Haltdalen Stave Church, going back to 1170. The ruins, historic town buildings, shops and local amenities, and rural monuments, mills and farmhouses have a small cast of characters in traditional dress. Number 4. National Museum of Decorative Arts. Just a block from the Nidaros Cathedral, the National Museum of Decorative Arts has amassed a wealth of arts and crafts since it was founded in 1893. The present venue is from 1968 and can only display a fraction of its enormous reserve. But you can marvel at Trondalag silverware from the 16th and 17th centuries, Norwegian glassware from the 1700s, and whole Art Nouveau interiors designed at the start of the 20th century by the Belgian virtuoso Henry van de Velde. These are just the basis for a fabulous Art Nouveau collection, while there are also works from the post-war, Scandinavian design, movement, jewelry and 20 carpets by the textile artist Hannah Riggan. Number 3. Backland. You can thank Trondheim's 20th century residents that this cute quarter on the east side of the Nidelva River is still here. A new main road was due to be laid through Backland in the 1960s, but long-term residents, students and architects all protested and the plans were shelved. Between the Back Bridge and Old Town Bridge, Backland is a small neighborhood of painted wooden warehouses, which blossomed as Trondheim's first suburb in the mid-17th century. The buildings were both a place of work and living space for merchants and artisans, and on the river some of the wharfside buildings stand on wooden piles. Number 2. Ringve Museum. Posted on high ground. The Ringve Museum is in an 18th century manor with views of both Trondheim and its fjord. It was the childhood home of the 18th century nobleman Peter Tordenskjold, and was acquired by the Bachke family following an auction in 1878. One son, Christian Onker Bachke, moved in with his wife, the Russian Victoria Rostin Bachke. The couple never had children but invested their fortune in musical instruments, building a collection that now numbers 1,500 pieces. Number 1. Nidaros Cathedral. It's hard to sum up the importance of the world's northernmost medieval cathedral. Norway's national sanctuary is a Romanesque and Gothic church built from 1070 to 1300 on the burial place of Olav II of Norway, who lost his life at the Battle of Nilstad in 1030. A year after he died he was canonized as Saint Olav, the patron saint of Norway, and from that point on his grave became a venerated pilgrimage site for people from all over northern Europe. Norway's kings were traditionally crowned at Nidaros Cathedral, while for sightseers the most famous image is the western facade, full of sculptures of saints and kings flanking a sublime rose window. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you never miss our next travel escapade.